ba weep grana weep nitty bong. This is Midnight Prime, bringing you the Prime Rant. If you see my Sprite history video, then you know why I do what I do. If you didn't see it, go watch it and come back later. First, let me ask you guys a question. When the word recolor comes to mind, what's the first thing that pops in your head? Most of you will say, Sonic characters who color over the picture and or sprite. A 13-year-old Sonic fan with lack of creativity. A Mary/Gary Sue character made up by a Sonic fan. People who make these characters to relate to a canon character such as Sonic, Shadow, Silver, Amy, Knuckles, etc. Or a lazy-ass artist. Not all recolors are the same. That's right, I said it. Recolors are not all the same, which is why I'm going to tell you guys that there are different recolors out there. They fall under the same term recolor, but has their own category. First, I will explain the first stage that is in the categorized recolor section. This stage is basically called Recolor Clone. Most people use Sprite and Sonic X pictures to recolor in order for their characters to be created. However, recolor consists of people that has no taste in character coming up with a lame story that is similar to the canon character and making their character a part of the Sonic universe. Let's not forget that there is no balance in these characters. They make the characters way too powerful and thinking that their artwork is immune. This stage, which the Golden Wolf Studios would like to call Recolor Syndrome. The first stage of recolor is which consists of these diagnoses. Coloring over canon characters of sprite and pictures, giving titles like the ultimate life form, the fastest thing alive, etc. Having the character related to the canon character, overpowering them with ridiculous powers, therefore no balance. Attacks which consist of the word chaos, never giving credit to the creators of the work colored over. In other words, claiming work for themselves. Recolor clones like this are easily assumed as art thefts because they never give credit to the original character that they color over. If someone were to color over the character that is already recolored, then the recolorist would get butthurt and whine about the character being colored over, making the recolorist look like a hypocrite. Recolorists usually start at the young age of 13 years old and up, and usually most common to recolor. Regardless of age, anyone could start as a recolor. It doesn't have to be a kid starting as a recolorist. People in their teens started out as a recolorist. Recolor clones are everywhere on the internet. DA, FA, Ink Bunny, Cheesy and all places, YouTube. YouTube is infested with people making recolor videos to tell their stories. When trolls sees this, they are easy targets. Trolls are not the only one that goes after the recolors. Commentaries, critics, and ranters go after them as well. To provoke a recolor is simply leaving criticism or hate remarks on their channel, or video comments easily get manipulated and flare up a flame war on a person they hate the most. Case in point, Gyro and Slap Happy Gamer. Recolor clone hate criticism and will assume sentences like this are troll comments. Their defense mechanism clicked when they see comments like this on their channel or video, which result them not wanting to listen to what the non-trolls has to say. To their eyes, commentaries, critics, and ranters are trolls. People who praise their videos are not trolls. That's why Recolor Clone will not take criticism to heart, because either they're children or that they don't have a common sense and will do whatever the hell they want because they're immune to the criticism from people. Is there a cure for this? Yeah, but it only depends on a person. Those bring us to the second stage. This stage, which I would like to call Recolor Edit, is basically the same as recoloring, but adding stuff to the recolor picture or sprite. People who recolor use items to make the character they made stand out from the clones. They usually add hats, hair, clothes, glasses, etc. What makes them stand out from the clone stage is that they are developing their skills in sprite editing. When it comes to edit, spriters take a simple base of a canon character, recolor it to the color that they want, and add items on the characters to make them look like a recolor with clothes. Spriters trying to show off their improvement from their previous recolors and attempt to proceed by adding clothes and extra set of hair on their characters to make them look less of a recolor. Recolor edits are usually the one that shows improvement when it comes to recoloring. It tells us that they are trying to be original and not be a cop-out Sonic recolor clone. However, there is a bad side to this. I'm sure you're familiar with hybrids, an animal that is mixed with 2 or more breeds of different species. We've seen lots of those on YouTube. Hedge bat, which is a half hedgehog, half bat. Hedge fox, which is a half hedgehog, half fox. Mixing half hedgehog with another species. Is this original? In some way, but is overrated. Reason that is, everyone can do it. Just take a simple hedgehog, edit character, and slap on wings and or tail. Hell, people will do the same thing with the fox, except backwards. There are so many hybrids, it makes you wonder who the hell is breeding these characters. I got one myself, but there is a story behind it. My old character, Sybil the Hedgehog, was raped by a bat named Eric. But put 2 and 2 together and you get a hedgebat. Others just decapitate the character's tail and slap it on the character and make it look so original. Without explaining the story on how they became that way, many people would think science experiments or one of Dr. Eggman's cloning gone wrong. But I'm getting off track here. Recolor edits can be both a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing is that they take edits to another level into mixing the 2 species and make it original. Newsflash, we got plenty of those at many art websites and YouTube. But the good thing about Recolor Edit is that they stay away from being cloned to edit, meaning that their story has improved, their sprite animation has improved, they have limited use of powers, and are not related to the canon characters of the Sonic universe. There is one more category that I want to cover up, and that is Customized Recolor. What that is that people who are so good at editing sound effects that they proceed to stay away from the overrated species used like echidna, hedgehogs, and foxes, they started to come up with species of their own using Sonic-based characters. I've seen wolf, panther, moth, falcon, raven, and even species that I haven't even heard of. These people went from Recolor Clone to Recolor Edit and to the final stage, Customized Recolor. This shows proof that the stages they went through, they advanced to a higher level of editing. They added their own style of hair, clothes, and moves to their characters to make them look nearly original from the canon characters. Even their power and attack improve. My buddy Razor the Wind is a prime example of the categorized recolor. He just went from the recolor to a customized recolor. See the difference? Hell, even I went from a edit to a customized recolor. This shows how much they improve on their sprite work to make their characters look original and pleasing to the eye. Clone, edit, and customize. The CEC of recolors. You see the difference? You see the progression that some spriters go through, and you see the final results on how far they have come to improve in their sprite characters. Remember, if you see a recolor clone that look like GyroHedgy453, then you know that person will not improve until he takes criticism to heart and do a better job. If you see characters with hats, chains, hair, clothes, those are the edits and are trying to stay away from the clones that they once were. Kind of like how Sonic fans or Sonic effects have a whole bunch of Sonic wallpaper on their channel, but took it down so they will not make themselves look like less of a Sonic fag. If you see customized recolors that step themselves up from being trolled on, then those are the people that show that with all the hardship they put into, they will come a long way to make a kick-ass sprite series just for the sprite people out there on YouTube. Well, that's about all I can say about categorized recolors. This is my first rant, so if I miss any points or if you're confused on something and want to ask me, please leave a comment in the video down below, or PM me, please. And if I mess up somewhere, please let me know in the comment below the video. I'm thinking about proceeding with this type of thing when I'm bored or find a topic that I want to talk about. Maybe my next one will be rant about the difference between commentary and trolls, since we've been getting that a lot when we commentate on a video that a person made. For spriters, there are more to them than meets the eye.
Don't be sorry, this is my